it wasn't until I was at UNCW that I really learned the history of Wilmington, and I thought that it was absolutely disgusting that it wasn't taught at places like Williston.
Yeah, did you know about like the history of Williston, for example, when you were there?
No. Really interestingly enough, it wasn't until I was at UNCW and I started looking at the GI Bill. Because I was going to school on the GI Bill, and I was like, oh, let's look at the history of the GI Bill. And I stumbled across a couple of articles that was like describing the racism within the GI Bill, and it's absolutely outrageous. This might be, fact check this number, but I think it was something like 80% of black veterans after World War II were denied GI Bill benefits. And that's just from the VA. And then on top of that, of those that did get them, you have black veterans weren't allowed, the schools were still segregated, so they were forced to go to HBCUs, and the HBCUs didn't have the capacity to fill, to expand fast enough to fill the need that black veterans were seeing. So
that's
a lot of black veterans, another generational, and then you look at the housing side. So if you don't know about the GI Bill, the original GI Bill allowed you to start a business, go to school, or buy a house. Yeah. And then the housing side, so you have all the redlining and this, that, and the other going on in that. So even if you did get the GI Bill benefits, you're still forced to buy a specific house in a specific neighborhood and this, that, and the other. That's that ends up having less value over time. This, that, and the other, and the generational impacts of that were interesting. So. Through that, I was like, yo, what is going on? Because, I guess in order to really get into it, I would have to backtrack. So one of the reasons why I enlisted was Islamophobia. I bought into this American project, and after 9/11, I was really angry at Muslims, and so I enlisted. And part of that, my dad's from the Dominican Republic. There was a lot of reasons that I enlisted, but so I was kind of bought into America. I have an American flag tattooed on my ribs, and I still love America. I am probably as American as it comes, you know what I mean, depending on what culture you look at. But so looking at that, I never really believed in races, especially because I grew up playing sports and this, that, and the other, and I was like, oh, everybody's getting along and this, that, and the other. And then over time, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So when I got to UNCW, I really started looking into racism and the philosophy of race, and I got really interested in it. Through the GI Bill was kind of a jumping off point, and I just started exploring everything, and that's when I fell into looking into the history of Wilmington, and I was absolutely disgusted by the history of Wilmington that I discovered that I didn't know that I mean, we're all a part of it, because it continues today. I mean, we still have the Cotton Exchange downtown, we still got all this going on all around us, and I just had no idea that it was